Welcome to Beehive Solved Cases, where we solve cold cases that have not been solved. And we take a look at the cold cases and putting a sting back into it, bringing it back into the public eyes. Today, I would like to talk about a Twitter account from Teleka Patrick, allegedly. And that Twitter handle is Moses Beautiful. And I would like to read some tweets that she have tweeted allegedly about someone that's wanting to kill her or is running after her or spying on her, watching her or making her feel uncomfortable and she's in fear for her life. And so she wrote some tweets that I feel that the public needs to hear. Now, the question was Teleka Patrick murdered or did she commit suicide? Well, from her tweets, she leaves evidence that someone was out to silence her because of information that she knew. And being a psychiatrist, you're going to run into a lot of people, a lot of unknown people. People will become your client, and you get connected with these people, and then guess what? They will silence you to keep that information silent. Keep it, they want it to be a secret, in other words. And so they want to make sure that they silence you, the information will go to the grave with you. And so let's go ahead and dig into Talika Patrick's tweets. July the 23rd, 2013, at 11:37 p.m. We're going to start with that tweet and then we're going to work our way back, okay? So this is what she said allegedly. Hmm, I want to create a fresh account. At 11:39 p.m., she says allegedly, can never be too careful. I changed the name on the previous account. I mean, the chances of it being found are minuscule. But if someone was watching the old account, they would have seen the changed name. Okay, though I think the chances of that are very, very unlikely, I would like to create an account from scratch and an email address from scratch to link the account to. Is that okay with you? She asks. She goes on to say, so I'll do that. Then when I come back, I'll give you the clues for the new name through this account. Hang in there. Okay, so let's go ahead and drop down a little bit to uh, the tweet from July the 24th, 13 at 12 a.m. This is what she says, and I want you to pay very careful attention to what I'm about to say. She said, allegedly in her tweet, now this is 12 a.m., she said, are you nervous about being connected to me again? Are you afraid that I will leave you? I never left you in my heart after you told me what you told me on Saturday night. It really stressed my mind. Sunday. I don't even know if I was really hearing from you or not. Was I? I was? Well, on Monday, I started to be afraid that someone would come after me to take my life. Honestly, that is the only reason why I sent the message saying I was not going to be with you anymore and sorry I lied. Prior to sending that message, I try to tell you through my mind I am lying for the purpose of protection. I tried to make the message regarding leaving you sound really fake so you would think that it wasn't real. I couldn't actually type what I was doing because I was under the impression that other people were looking at the messages. My plan was to contact you in a few days. Unfortunately, some cars and people that did not belong in my hood showed up, and that sent me into a state of extreme panic and anxiety. And I did not know what the heck you were planning to do. I didn't know if you were going to kill me or someone else was going to kill me or what. After I heard you over the weekend, I figured that maybe you didn't plan to take me out. Maybe you're just spying on me or something. Is that it? Is that what you're doing? Stop. Plead, plead in the fifth. Did you send people to my apartment? I know you're there. Did you? You did, didn't you? That's mad foul. But I understand. Did you get the information you needed yet? Can they go away now? Are you considering killing me? Yeah. Oh my God. You suck. How the heck am I supposed to marry you if you kill me? Are you scared? How can I help you not be so scared? Maybe if I was closer to you and you could get to know me. That's why you sent the people, because I was getting distance. Okay, if I'm close to you, would you feel better about me being alive? Oh my God, how am I supposed to love you if you keep scaring me to death? On the real, I do love you. I think you know that. However, I am not comfortable with my life being in danger. I have a question. Do you still want to marry me? Yes, me too. I want to marry you too. So why don't we start spending time together? Do you like that idea? Then maybe you could get to know me and trust me instead of trying to take my life. Is that why there are people watching me? Do you want them to kill me? Yes. You want those people to kill me because I know too much, but I can't even prove any of it. I don't understand why you're so freaked out. I can't believe you. I really can't. Was it your idea to kill me? Do you love me? The fear is more powerful. I don't know what to say. I feel like I'm in an alternative universe. Do the little ones want me gone too? So they don't know what your plans are? If we get married, would you try to kill me? Yes. Oh my God. So how are we supposed to get married? I feel sick. Do you trust God? Have you prayed about this? I felt that hesitance. So you kind of prayed? Does God want you to take my life? Does God want me to live? I'm tired. Hello, are you there? Do you still want to get to know me? If I promise to keep visiting you and you see me at least once per week, would you have the guys go away? Do you promise? This is so unfair. You prayed for me, remember? I am your soulmate. What did you think would happen? How can you even think of harming someone that God sent to you? At 7:24, 5:54 p.m., tweets go on to say, "You have freaked me the hell out. I just want you to know that. Who prays for a soulmate, gets a soulmate, and then tries to take her out because she's got a soulmate connection. You have issues. Furthermore, I only ask the questions. You choose to answer them. You cannot blame me for that. I am a safe and secure person, and I love you very much. I am not out to get anything from you or to bring you down in any way. If I want to be with you, why would I bring you down? That's idiotic. Idiotic. Bringing you down will bring me down as well. Clearly, I would not do something like that. It makes no sense. I have relocated here for the sole purpose of being with you. Clearly, I would have rather be in Cali or Maryland. I hate being cold. Clearly, I would rather be at a better program. Clearly, I refuse to be in fear of you. I absolutely refuse. My job is to love you and be there for you and the family, not to be scared of you. And you shouldn't be scared of me either. Shame on you. Shame on you for reacting like this. How are you going to treat the person God is trying to bless you with like this? I think the insomnia is really starting to get to you. I think you are just a very anxious person and you are freaking out. The freaking out stops with me. I refuse to be afraid. I am going to keep visiting and getting involved. And I will hopefully form a relationship with you guys over time. July the 25th, 2013, she writes, allegedly. I apologize for pulling out at such a vulnerable time. It was never my intent to hurt you, and I am very sorry. And then she writes, please see parent account. And then August the 1st, 2013, she writes, allegedly, after you told me what you did, it really overwhelmed me. That's just the best way I can describe it. It was a lot to take in all at once. It was like being plunged into an outlet and receiving a surge. It just really overwhelmed me. Racial profiling happens for a reason. She was talking about the Trayvon Martin case. This is when she said racial profiling. And so, August the 1st, she goes on to say, you are so talented, gifted, and hardworking. You amazed me. August, August the 2nd, 13, she says, I watched you working and I said to myself, what am I doing? My baby needs me. She's telling someone to get their act together. Thank you for understanding and giving me another chance. I am truly sorry for where I failed you, and I love you with all my heart. August the 4th, she went on to talk about her father. She said, my dad abused me physically and emotionally. He controlled me through fear. I went on to marry someone who abused me emotionally. It's taken lots of prayer and therapy to bring me to a point of wholeness. And still, from time to time, I find myself shutting down and allowing things to happen to me instead of standing up for myself. My ex husband was a jerk, but praise God, he wasn't that bad. Thank God. I was able to overcome my past in a situation that didn't destroy me. So basically, when you told me what you did, it caused me to reflect on what I've been through, the hell I've been through, and the negative situations I've had to deal with as a result of what happened to me. 4 a.m. on August the 4th, she wrote, allegedly, I became afraid that something would happen to me because of what I knew. I suppose I figured that if you could hurt your kids without any qualm, then you could hurt me as well. And I just started thinking, well, I don't really know this person. I don't know if he's capable of hurting me or not. August the 4th, 4:07 a.m., she wrote. And then I started thinking that my safety was in danger for what I knew. And so I messaged you that I didn't want to be together anymore. So therefore, if you never wanted me at all, and I tried to be around you or your kids or kept messaging you on Facebook, I could be charged with stalking or harassment. So then I started thinking, well, if none of this is real, then I need to snap out of it and protect my career and everything I've worked my butt off for the past 9 years. Sunday, when I thought about why I was believing that my life was in danger, I thought back to what you had told me, and I realized that it disturbed me a lot because of my own trauma history and brought back traumatic memories of my childhood that I may not have been prepared to deal with. Also, the inner conflict of loving someone who has similarities to the person that I spent most of my life in fear of my father. I was afraid my safety was compromised. I mean, who knows, I could have been transferring the fear I felt in my childhood trauma to my present day situation. I really did feel afraid. I left my apartment for 3 days. I had a friend drive all the way up from Mississippi. I was afraid, but I never stopped loving you. I don't like online messaging because of what happened just recently and me being unsure of what was going on. At 8:42, she says, so I went to the beach with this lady from church. I had been hanging out with her for some time. I asked her to take pictures of me at the beach. I was wearing a bikini and I looked really awesome. So she takes the pictures and I'm like, can you send them to me? She's like, oh, my phone needs to be charged up. I'm like, okay, no problem. So we get to her apartment and I am dropping her off and she plugs in her phone. I'm like, can you send them now? She's like, no, I can't send them now because my phone can't charge and send the pics at the same time. I will send them to you later. At this point, I'm like, what the heck is this woman going to do with my pictures? And why won't she release them to me? What the heck? So I said, okay, I'll just go home and wait for you to send them. It takes me 45 minutes to get home. She texts me like, I couldn't send your pictures. Only one could come through. This picture here this picture has horrible lighting, and because of the angle of the sun, you couldn't really see my face. I was like, really? Are you that jealous of me that you won't even send me a picture of myself that looks beautiful? What the heck? This woman is in her 40s. for God's sake. I'm like, you had your time to look good. Stop being a hater. I'm sure you were the bomb when you were 25. I drove this woman to the freaking beach. I drove to Grand Haven. Then I dropped her home. Then I drove to my house. Okay. Then 4 uh, 8 4 13. She says, when my husband wanted to abandon me, and he pleaded, and I pleaded with him not to do it, for the sake of the children which weren't even mine. He said, why should they be spared divorce? My parents were divorced. I had to go through it. Then on August the 5th, there's another tweet, allegedly from Teleka Patrick. You have this girl all messed up in the head, hooked on dick, tweeting sexy pictures, talking about you will always be my king. Then we have a drop down to September the 17th. A tweet from Talika Patrick again says, also I said that the incest has to stop, and I asked them to give me a chance to get to know them. For the HIV, just say I'm sorry and just keep saying I'm sorry. Then on September the 18th, are you crying because you had sex with your youngest last night? September the 18th, you have 2 weeks to stop this relationship. Okay, here we see tweets from Talika Patrick, allegedly. Talika Patrick was in fear for her life. As you can see from the tweet, she was asking this person, are you really going to kill me? In other words. And then I wanted to know, why would someone want to kill her? She said she was nervous, she was afraid, she was in fear, she was stressed out, she feared for her life, and she wanted to know, was this person planning to kill her? Or was this person going to get someone else to kill her? And when she was saying this, she also was was talking about how people was at her apartment watching her, spying on her, and different things like that. But I wanted to know, okay, so if all this is going on, surely within her tweets she's going to reveal why the person would want to silence her. And so when I looked at the tweet, September the 17th, September the 17, she talks about incest, and then she talks about HIV. So she's talking about how this person is having sex with his youngest child. Not only that, but this person has HIV. And so if you look at it, that's a motive to silence Dr. Talika Patrick. Because if this person is very known, very a public figure, everyone looks up to this person. This person could have been a pastor. This person could have been a senator, some type of big time person. I would say big time person. This person will silence you to keep this from coming out. And by her being a psychiatrist, was this person her patient? Was this person her patient? And we definitely want to find out who this jealous friend was that befriended her at the church. We want to know who this jealous friend is because this jealous friend have Talika's pictures in her phone. She could have did a Photoshop, put her head on Talika's body, and was sending them herself to the same pastor. She could have been sending Talika pictures to a pastor, setting Talika up as though Talika sending the photos. But then we see Talika said that she sent some sexy pictures to the pastor. She said in August the 5th, she said, "You have this girl all messed up in the head, hooked on dick, tweeting sexy pictures, talking about you'll always be my king." So we know Teleka Patrick was also sending some pictures. Okay? So now the question is, who is the person that set her up? Who is the person that harmed her, killed her, took her life? I don't see Teleka Patrick committing suicide. There was other ways for Teleka Patrick to die. Teleka Patrick could have took her life by just taking some pills. But that's not how Teleka Patrick died. So now we want to take another look at this case, bring Sting back into this case, so that everybody who's listening will begin to put on your thinking caps so we can bring the person who's responsible for Talika's death. Talika did not commit suicide. Talika was silenced for information that she knew. And when they thought she was going to tell it because they know they didn't want to be with her, but the moment that she released this information, they know they had to silence her. And the person know who they are. And they know why they had to silence her. And I'm going to say allegedly because Talika got information that this man was having sex with his youngest child and this man have HIV. His medical records says that he have HIV. Now I need to talk to Talika's family. And then I'm sure somebody have some information. And her friend from Mississippi who would drive down to make sure she's okay. I'm going to do another video, and I'm going to do a video about her friend. So stay tuned. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, and also hit that notification bell because I want you to help me, help us on this channel solve this murder.